The firm started, and really the Wildermuth Asset Management portfolio started out of my time years ago as an independent financial advisor and working with my clients. And what we've done over time is made those available to individual advisors. So because of that, we have different strategies that have track records this time, and they're approaching 20 years, not quite there yet. And then we've got various of our other strategies that have been around 5-10 years. So it's we weathered the big financial meltdown of 2008 and certainly learned some additional things through that. But that has been certainly a key part of the process. That's always been our focus, is effectively individually managing those securities with the idea of making that available to a growing number of advisors. We have a very systematic and pragmatic practice and effectively process in place for how we choose our individual securities. One of the key pieces that we're looking at in terms of data is economic margin, and that's effectively how much profit is being generated by the capital that's invested in the industry. We make a lot of adjustments in terms of how we calculate what the actual capital that's employed. So for instance, how R&D is treated and other things from a traditional GAAP accounting standard don't make a lot of sense in terms of the actual business and operations. So that's something that's certainly a key part of what we do. But that allows us to have a very both strict buy process, and I think as importantly, it's easy to fall in love with a stock, but it gives us a very specific and disciplined sell process as well. So the combination of those two things, I think, is what really makes the process effective for us. Well, the endowment model philosophy has been around for a long time. It really originated with David Swenson at Yale University when he started there in 1985. And it's really simply an inclusion of far more assets than the traditional stocks and bonds. So of course that's bringing in other assets, not just international equities, but then private equity, real estate, other types of management practices, absolute return, effectively something that is invested in liquid securities but doesn't have a high correlation with traditional stock markets. One of the things we've also worked to do is to come up with a strategy that provides liquidity with that as well. So we have something that's referred to as a liquid endowment model strategy. It's not going to be the same as traditional endowment strategy. It just isn't, because it does have more liquidity. But it does offer certainly exposure into different asset classes. It offers hopefully a lower level of volatility. It's certainly the way it's designed and back tested to see that. So that's something that's coming out, and it allows individual advisors to offer to their clients in a very easily accessible, liquid format a strategy that provides some exposure to those different types of asset classes. I believe we have several things that differentiate us in one form or another. We have certainly a very customized approach in terms of how we work with different people. So the portfolios can be customized. We also have innovated over the years in many different areas in terms of responding to where needs are at in the market, where the market's moving to, certainly also where the industry is moving to, and then also what the specific demands are for our advisors in one form or another. So we tend to develop things based on the feedback from our advisors and what needs they're facing and working with their clients. We're very excited about various developments we have in place. We're of course going to continue to offer the different pieces that we have in place now that have worked for us. We're also bringing out permutations of some of the strategies we've had in place for a significant number of years, changing some of those things up and making some just tweaks to them to hopefully make them a little bit more attractive to different advisors in terms of what they're looking for their clients. Another key piece that we're looking to do is we have a significant amount of exposure and expertise within private markets, and we're looking to leverage that more with some of the portfolios we're offering, whether that's their liquid endowment or some of the other diversifying portfolios. So we're going to bring more offerings out in that space, and again, we're very much excited about what we're offering going forward with some of the new things and then improvements on some of the things we've had in place for years.